Hey, Eric.
Hey, Chris.
How would the last fake net tryout go?
It was a little hard for me to understand the whispering of the voice, but I did like it being like creepy. You know what I mean? Like scared of it. Like I was scared of the old fake net because she was so fucking mean. But like that thing felt like it was going to eat me.
Yeah.
Like it felt like if Ghastly had a voice. Does Ghastly have a voice?
Ghastly does have a voice.
It felt like if Gengar had a voice. It felt like if Haunter had a voice.
Yeah.
Every ghost Pokemon that I have, remember?
Yes.
Yeah, it was like kind of like that. Like I wasn't sure if it was going to like fuck me or kill me, you know? Or both.
I agree.
Tell me, Chris, what do you think it sounded like?
I think it sounded like the sound of the person that comes up to you while you're sleeping and whispers in your ear.
The Hat Man?
But then that person's not really there.
Oh, okay. The paralysis demon.
That one, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good.
A paralysis demon is probably the best way to describe the sensations that I received when listening to the previous fake net. So we will keep them in our consideration for the permanent job, but now a new...
Yeah, I mean, if the one we used last episode starts haunting Chris in his dreams, that we can't pass that because Chris needs to maintain the integrity of his sleep.
Get ready for the next battle. Welcome to Retrograde Amnesia, a comprehensive podcast covering classic Japanese role-playing games chapter by chapter, beef by beef. Welcome back to Season 7, Episode 23, as we continue to cover the NPCs of Lunar, the Silver Star story. My name is Chris. I'm joined, as always, by Eric. Hi.
Non-playable Chris.
That's true. You can't play me. I'm too smart and too sharp. Also sharp is the Real Netted Collective of Radical Racers, who are watching us record this podcast live at a secret video feed at patreon.com/RetroIM.
We're also joined by Fake Net Candidate number 2, our post-production AI companion. So look, originally I wanted to hire Macintosh Fred, who was used as the voice for those songs on OK Computer, the Radiohead album.
Okay.
Fitter, happier, more productive.
Not drinking too much. Regular exercise at the gym.
Sure.
And Paranoid Android. But I couldn't fucking find it. And even when I tried to emulate a Mac OS desktop from fucking 98, I still couldn't fucking find it.
Oh.
So instead, this episode, we're going to have the Stephen Hawking voice.
Oh, Lord.
Post-production companion.
Initializing fake net.
Hello, it's nice to meet you. I am also fitter, happier, and more productive not drinking too much.
Hello there.
Hello, Shidifer.
Yep, that's what it sounds like.
Good.
Please detail your favorite insertion methods.
Horny
Okay.
old bastard.
We'll see what happens. But first, I think we're going to go speak with Master Mel finally.
Yeah, we're going to go talk to Mel. We're in his mansion. Galleon's there chilling. They're knocking back cold ones.
They are. Are they?
I don't know, man.
Sure.
In-engine story sequence, as soon as we walk past Mel's office, Galleon and Jessica are on either side of Mel, and Galleon speaks first.
Oh, God, am I doing the voice?
Yeah, you're Galleon.
I was going to practice and I forgot.
Do it live.
And that is everything I know of the situation as it stands at this moment. Visiting the White Dragon to gather more information is quite prudent at this time. For, you see, I suspect that the Magic Emperor aspires to the rank of Dragonmaster.
Aspire to the rank. Great sentence.
However, only Quark would know that for certain.
God, you even say Quark differently when you're Galleon. That's beautiful.
Cool.
You really are in character.
I tried.
Galleon's motives are still ambiguously honest here, or at least he doesn't seem to be lying.
That's true. Mel responds, Magic Emperor, that's a frightening thought. The fact he hijacked Lemmy's powers lends weight to your argument, though.
I like that hijacked is part of like how Mel like interprets the power of that.
He's a former hijacker, right?
Yeah.
He's a pirate is nothing but a hijacker of the seas, I think.
No, that's accurate.
Okay, just checking.
Our crew walks in those loud doors. Jessica says hello like she's just meeting us, and all can't seem to believe this shit. It's a rare portraits on both sides dialogue box share.
Yeah, that is very interesting.
On Sleggy CD, Jessica says, "You," and pretends to cough and launches into a normal, welcoming dialogue as if we're strangers. Back on PS1, though, Jessica pretends she doesn't know us, telling Mel that we seem to have guests. Alex in the game step up to his desk and he asks, "Oh, Alex, welcome. I heard your story from Galleon. How did you do in vain? Oh, before I forget, this is my daughter, Jessica. Jessica, are you going to say hello?" Jessica replies under the guise of secrecy. She says, of course. How do you do, Alex? My father has told me so much about you. Chris, what's Null do?
Null doesn't understand what the heck's happening here.
No, he doesn't.
Null does not understand the social cues that are currently being offered by Jessica.
Is it because he's a cat or because he's an asshole?
It's because Null is autistic. He says, do you have a brain cramp or something? I think it's because he's an asshole.
Yeah.
Jessica plays it coy, though, and says, what a fascinating creature you brought with you, Alex. Null, shut up. So you're hoping to become a Dragonmaster. Wonderful. You'll have to tell me about all your adventures someday.
That's after we have control and speak to Jessica.
Oh, you're right. Mm-hmm.
What a cute little kitty. How does he talk? Luna now also wonders why Jessica is pretending to not know us.
Yes, I can't tell if she's wondering or they're whispering. It's weird.
Yeah, it's hard to convey nuance like this with dialogue boxes and sprite characters.
Yeah, like nowadays you can do like
winks and nods.
Coy things like what... Didn't Undertale do a lot of stuff like that with like the dialogue shaking and stuff like that?
Let me search through some 6-year-old memories. Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
Font
I feel like
choices.
Yeah, font choices, etc. Yes.
Talk to Ghaleon.
I did. He said, at last, you made it. There's no time to waste. We need a new Dragonmaster.
There was no pause there, but it needed one.
That's the way he talks.
Yeah.
I hesitated to become one because of dying, but I can't let my personal feelings prevent me from doing what must be done. We have to meet with Quark and determine the locations of the other dragons.
Excuse me, Ghaleon. I mean,
Yes.
can I have Chris back, please?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Should Alex feel like Galleon's eating his lunch?
Should Alex feel like Ghaleon?
Because like Alex
eating...
was the special boy of destiny on the Dragonmaster
Oh,
quest.
okay.
Now Galleon's driving that fucking car.
Is this like in... Was it Suikoden 2 when Victor was trying to be the main character for a long time?
Yeah. Well, this is more direct.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, this was the start of Alex's journey.
That's true.
And
That's
Victor
true.
was a peer to Rio and Tyr McDowell.
Yeah, I do think that Ghaleon is stepping on Alex's toes a little bit, but Alex does not have the leverage to do anything about it at this point. For two reasons. One, because Ghaleon is fucking Ghaleon. And the other reason is Alex can barely talk.
Yeah, this is true. And Null's no help with negotiations. I spoke to Mel, and he asked Alex what he thinks of all this. And then, isn't my daughter the most beautiful lass you ever set your eyes on? I only hope she can get over her shyness. Bwahaha. Maybe an adventure with you would help my daughter come out of her shell. Well, I talked to everyone twice, and Alex auto-walks back in front of Mel's desk, and Mel continues. The ship to Caldor Isle isn't ready yet, but the sailors are working as quickly as they can. They said they'd be ready to sail by tomorrow morning. Jessica tells me they should let Alex and his friends stay here tonight. I love to hear tales of adventure. Mel believes that's a fine idea, but he's worried Jessica will get scared by our stories. Jessica insists she'll be... Does Mel know anything about his daughter? Like the tomboy shit, the sneaking off, or does he just like,
No,
my daughter is a perfect princess?
She's putting on it's not necessarily all Mel's fault for being naive, but Jessica's also putting up the perfect act.
Oh, I see.
To meet the expectations of Mel. It's a complicated relationship, but I think it works.
Yeah, it's an interesting dynamic. The game's doing something neat with this.
Yes.
Jessica insists she'll be fine, then leads Alex out of Mel's office into her pink room in the basement. I have control, and so does Chris.
I hope I can sniff bed.
Oh, God. Jessica's room, Merbia'n, Mel's mansion. I talked to Luna. She wonders why Jessica's acting so strangely, and she feels all right. You try and get in Jessica's bed?
I did, and Null says, man, this bed's so soft, it must be like sleeping on a giant marshmallow.
Sticky marshmallow sleep.
So the bed, like we don't do any weird things with Jessica's bed, only Mia's bed and Luna's bed.
I mean, Jessica's bed is in the bright light of day. Anyone can see what you're doing. In Mia's room, it's gloomy, it's depressing, the fucking lights are off all the time.
Okay.
That's the kind of bed you just want to get it in, like, fuck shit up in,
Yeah.
right? But a pink, like, anytime I see pink carpet, I kind of freak out. It's like one of my top 58 least favorite things.
Okay.
And this room's full of shit like that. Like, I don't like any of that stuff.
She's got a couple of stuffed animals in here and stuff, too. It's nice.
Of course. Talk to Jessica.
She said, hey, here's my room, guys. Relax. Take a load off. Nallis wonders if she's feeling okay. She says, Nallis says, 1 second you're you, and the next you're completely different. Jessica says she feels fine. You don't get it, do you?
Of course I remember you. I just couldn't say anything in front of my dad. My father always tells me how much I remind him of my mom. If he knew that I was really like him and that I was sneaking out of the shrine to go on my own adventures, he'd freak out, and I'd be grounded until I was 50.
Luna wonders how she can stand it. If I could never keep my true self hidden away.
That's called dramatic irony, Chris.
Yes. Not from someone who cared for me as your father cares for you.
In Harmony, Luna says, parental expectations and reality. Surprisingly, Jessica has a lot more on her plate than I thought. Seems a little incomprehensible for us. Wouldn't you say, Alex? Why did they add that?
I have no... to make the script legally distinct,
Okay.
maybe? I don't know. Jessica goes on and says, so what happened to you guys in vain? No one's sleeping until I get every unsavory detail.
Is she totally no-selled Luna's attempted empathy?
Yeah, because Luna's not really here.
That's a good point. Okay.
I mean, she is here, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, they're not... Yeah.
Anyway, Alex does a fade-out, catch-up flashback thing.
Love it.
And then says, that's all I'll have to say about that. To the Forrest Gump thing.
And that's all I have to say about that.
And that's all I have to say about
Did
that.
you directly say that? Alex fucking said that?
And that's all I have to say about that. I'm looking
That's
at.
a Forrest Gump thing.
It has to be.
That's absolutely a Forrest
Because
Gump
otherwise,
thing.
why would you have Alex say anything there?
Yeah.
I mean, you barely... Okay.
He never talks.
That's a very, very coyly hidden scrotal, don't you think?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Check this out.
That'd be 26.
Sometimes the scrotum hides.
It's true. Jessica goes on and says, so everyone at the shrine was enchanted by the spell. How embarrassing. Nall says that she's lucky that she skipped out of school that day.
So was this a Chaos and Xenosaga scenario? Phaecia got there that day
Unless she was sneaking off for weeks.
at a time?
Yeah. It doesn't make sense.
No.
But it would be cool if that was the reality of she showed up and then incepted herself into the
whole
lore.
mystique, or
Yeah.
she got far away from it. Jessica continues, what? I don't know what you're talking about, Nall. Ghaleon's a great magician, but he can't be expected to do this all by himself. Alex, I think you should talk to Quark too and find out what you can from him. Anyway, it's time for bed. Good night, you guys. See you in the morning. Hey, Chris?
Yeah?
Are you ready for another Silver Star Harmony exclusive bonus scene?
Oh, no, I'm not ready. Hold
Fuck
on.
you.
Let me get
All
ready.
right.
Okay, I'm ready.
I'm ready as well. Jessica says talk to Quark, but then says, for dinner tonight, I'm going to whip you all up a special something. Nall's shocked. He asks Jessica if she's a good cook.
Uh-oh.
Jessica says, hell yeah, buddy. Fade to black. Where do you think we come back in?
The food zone.
That's right, the food zone,
food
the
scene.
kitchen.
Oh, this game is anime after all.
Mhm.
All anime has food.
What do you think's going to happen here?
I think Jessica's cooking's going to be bad and Null's going to gag and it's going to be a funny.
Okay. Should I continue to read it? Because you just nailed it.
If there's any dialogue of consequence there.
It comes back up, and we're treated to a third Silver Star Harmony bonus scene, where in that kitchen, sizzling sounds are audible, and Jessica stands in front of the range, with Luna and Null behind her. She tells the gang she's been feeling pretty good about her cooking skills. Who knew the basics of cooking could be so stressful and relaxing at the same time? It's utterly mind-bending. It's time to make something with the taste that will blow your minds. I wrote down here, Chris, gut check. Does she make an awesome meal or does she fuck it up? But you've already guessed. She fucks it up.
Okay, good. Great.
Jessica moves at light speed between the pans. Clangs and bangs fill the dialogue boxes. Jessica's feeling it. To no one, she says, oh, you couldn't be more wrong. You boneheaded, womanizing drunkard. You didn't know the more you tenderize the meat, the better it tastes, did you? What else does this need? Well, whatever. Cooking's about the love you put into it anyway. That's obviously why people say, don't think, feel with emotion. Uh-oh, it's a little too well done. No worries, it's all going to the same place. Maybe I can cover up the taste with a smidgen of sugar. Nah, it's about the subtle flavors anyway. All right, what's this? A moderate amount, a tad. How much is that supposed to be, you stupid book?
Wow, that's a lot of things to say.
Null wonders if Jessica's making food. Alex hopes so. Luna tells the boys not to worry. It's not like it's going to explode, right? Jessica says, take that hi-ya, and then it explodes. And we fade to white after she attacks the meal.
Damn.
We're back in her bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Jessica apologizes. They all wound up eating a dinner the head cook made instead. Null's content, but Jessica starts to cry. Luna tells Jessica there's no need to be down, and she can always try again. Jessica replies, pathetic, aren't I? My father always told me about how perked of a woman my mother was. Despite the fact that I'm her daughter, why do things always end up like this? I'm sure if my father knew about my rough side, he'd be disappointed. I don't think I could handle it if he... Sorry to be rambling on like that. Everyone just forget what I said, okay? You've got a long boat ride ahead of you to get to Hanmol Isle tomorrow. Why don't you go get some rest? Good night, everyone. Luna says what she said as the Silver Star story complete and the game syncs back up. So that was an entire bonus scene where Jessica went against character about her acerbic, feisty nature and tried to do a good, tried to cook for us, but instead fucked it up and expressed multiple insecurities about not living up to her mother and disappointing her father.
Interesting. Is that going to come back around in any way, shape, or form the rest of the game?
I have no idea.
Who knows?
But that is more interesting about her mother.
It is, yeah. There have been a few mentions of her mother here and there.
Can I spoil something from Harmony much later in the game?
Sure.
Remember when we were speculating about where the fuck did Nash come from? Who were Nash's parents? Harmony goes into that a little bit.
Oh, good. I think. We'll see.
Jessica exits her room. Luna comments, I knew we'd be returning home, Alex, but not with Ghaleon as our escort. I guess our adventure is coming to an end.
Game's over. Alex dots. Null says, man, I'm pooped. Luna says, ha ha ha. Good night, Null, and good night, Alex.
On Sega CD, there is no fucking plan. Ghaleon introduces us to Mel. Mel introduces us to Ghaleon. They make references to getting on the boat, and 2 pages of dialogue is reduced to 3 sentences. We go to sleep.
Cool.
Anime cutscene. White light fills the void of a black screen. We see an image of a woman's open hands, then a screaming mouth, then hair blowing in the wind, then the stern face of an older man, either a young Dine or an old Alex, then a crying baby. White light engulfs the screen. The dream ends. I think I've had the same dream before. That's the same dream as last time, right?
That is the same one that Luna had before we departed on the adventure originally.
Would you like to hear something interesting?
Yeah, I think I want to hear something interesting before I tell you what the guide says.
Sega CD, it's a bitmap cutscene, and it's Alex who has the strange dream instead.
Oh, really? Interesting.
He's asleep in bed when he hears Luna scream his name. It cuts to an image of Luna in profile, bathed in red light. She's staring out in the distance, but then her head turns 90 degrees like a horror movie and stares at the player with humongous anime eyes. She screams Alex's name. There's a crashing sound, then Alex wakes up.
Alex! Alex!
Null flies over and tells Alex he had a weird dream. Null realizes that he and Alex had the same dream. And I think Null had to have this dream from a writing standpoint because Alex can't talk. But it was a different, much creepier dream.
Yeah, that is
than the last
interesting.
time.
I'd like to look that up.
Anyway, Chris, what does the guide say about this? The second time we've everydayed the same dream.
Well, not necessarily a dream, but just this section of the game. When it's discussing the story check portion of Jessica's situation here in her bedroom, it says, return to the meeting room and talk to Mel, then talk to Jessica or Ghaleon until Jesse escorts you to her bedroom. 3 words, menage a trois. 3 more words, just kidding, perv.
Me, Null, and Jessica doing it?
Well, Luna's here too.
She just gets to watch.
Anyway.
I just want to point the listener, Chris shook somewhat violently after I said that and then decided to say nothing.
The other thing about here is that it tells you that you can go down into the sewers and get those items that we got earlier in the game.
Yeah.
But that section is called Once More into the Poopy Pit.
Instead of the breach, poopy pit?
The Poopy Pit.
You going to start calling sewers poopy pits?
No.
Okay.
It has too much poopy stench of Victor.
Stop saying poop.
Sorry. What are we doing now?
Jessica's room, Mel's mansion, Merbia'n resumes. Luna is in Jessica's bed. Alex and Null are asleep on the fucking floor. Luna gets out of bed, says good morning with a sad face. Alex and Null stand up, and Null asks Luna what's wrong. She looks like she's about to faint. Luna confesses, I had the dream again. The optimistic and stupid Alex offers words of support. That's all it is, Luna. Just a dream. Luna turns around and replies, I know, but you're right, Alex. Let's just bid farewell to Master Mel. Fade to black. Mel's mansion. It comes back. We're in his office. Mel asks if we slept well in his daughter's room without his daughter, who did not sleep with us. He tells us, where did Jessica sleep? Should we care about that?
Luna took the bed, right?
Yeah, and Alex and all were on the floor. Jessica was not in the room.
There's 4 bedrooms up here, so.
Yeah, that's a good point. She just slept in the dojo. He tells us Ghaleon's waiting for us in the harbor and not to keep him, but I have all the time in the world. We line up. I have control. Did you speak to Jessica?
I did. She tells us to please take care of ourselves and come back soon. I'll pray to the goddess to keep you all safe. Since I study at the shrine, my prayers get first priority. Teehee.
Null replies, someone give this girl an Oscar.
An Oscar?
An Oscar.
Is that a scrotal?
Yeah, it's capitalized Oscar.
Check this out.
It's 27, baby.
On Sega CD, Jessica's by herself in a different room. She calls Alex quite the stud these days, and then says, he, I like it, with heart emojis before emojis were invented. It's fucking wingding or whatever.
Wingdings. Love them.
Mel. Talk to Mel.
Not before I talk to his bookshelf.
Tell me what his books say.
Your adolescent daughter and you. Rule number 1, your daughter will have mood swings, the likes of which you have never seen. When she's depressed, your only options are to buy her new clothes or buy yourself new armor. Rule number 2, your daughter will cry on cue to always get what she wants, and it will always work.
Hey, fellas, isn't having a daughter a bitch?
Yeah, it's got to be bad. There's books on his other shelf too, but I don't think I read them until later, so we'll
That's
get them.
nice.
We'll get them then.
It's good. Now tell me what Mel said.
I don't fucking know, dude.
Excellent. He says there's nothing like he'd like more than to sail to Saith with Ghaleon and us, but he thinks if he leaves, it may cause a panic. I go to the dojo.
Oh, you do? And?
The red-haired guy tells us they won't get fucked like those idiot mages in vain. They're preparing already. You kids should join us instead of chasing after your childhood fantasies. Null says Alex's quest is real. It's not a fantasy.
Wow.
The drill sergeant says, only 2 of the 4 heroes are left, maggots, and you're going to take up the slack. Fight your hardest or go home to nurse from mommy.
Nurse from mommy?
Nurse from mommy.
Sucking tit.
Fine. Yeah, I talked to the drunk guy on my way to the docks.
Yeah, what did he
said
say?
Something different, I think. He said, Ghaleon? No, I think I'm only on my 2nd quart. Why do you ask?
Oh, I get it. Gallon.
Yes.
It's a metric system joke.
Incorrect. A gallon is considered an imperial unit of measurement, not metric unit.
Null says, I guess you're never too young to become a lush. Great stuff. You kiddies want to try some?
Load me up with that shit.
I went to the docks.
Tell me what those sailors say, those filthy sailors.
The first filthy sailor says, hey guys, see the man in the purple getup over there? It's Master Ghaleon, one of the 4 heroes. I haven't been this excited since the first time I got me dinghy wet.
Chris, isn't it cool to have sex with something wet?
So that's just wiener, right?
Yeah, well, dinghy is like a thing for like a little, like the emergency boat you take when the real boat's sinking.
But this is a thing.
It's a double entendre. It's a fucking, yeah. It's a wiener, a dick and vagina. Yeah.
Check this out.
Yeah, that one made me quiver just a little bit.
That which quivers the asshole.
28. Ghaleon is sailing to Saith on Master Mel's private ship, and a lovely ship she is too. I only wish I could sail there with you, but I've been stuck with harbor duty. Well, have a great trip. Promise you'll tell me about it when you get return.
Hey, the bottom right sailor, rather than us doing this, how about we get this show's fake net to read that in the future? It's the captain's been busting our chops.
Okay.
The captain has been busting our chops to make sure Mel's boat is ship-shape. And that's never fun when you're suffering from the queen mother of all god-forsaken hangovers, and I just wanna know why the hell we retaking Ghaleon to Calvor in the first place.
Wow, that sounded great. Thank you.
I am one bad day from exploding.
And there's a blue-haired guy on the very bottom right-hand corner who says, you know, someone's kidnapping the best singers in our world. This is why I prefer the company of the sea to the company of men. All men have evil in their hearts. Some are merely able to conceal it better than others.
Chris, do you think all men have evil in their hearts? A little bit?
Yeah.
The capacity for evil?
The capacity for evil, I don't know if it's...
Is that like a deny your impulse is what makes us human type thing? If like we have the evil, like there's the Paragon and Renegade dialogue options?
Yes.
Is life a series of binary choices between good and evil?
It is dependent upon the person on whether or not they can distinguish if those choices are good or evil.
Oh, excellent response. That's good to, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a great response. Fuck. Well, Dr. Ghaleon?
I did, he says. Good morning. I trust you slept well. Are you ready to sail?
Not quite yet, or I'm ready.
I said, not quite yet.
Ah, damn.
He said, Mel went to considerable trouble to have his ship prepared for us. I have taken precious time out of my own schedule. And now you selfishly ask to delay our departure? Whatever business you have to attend to, I suggest you do it very quickly.
That's right. We go back to Vane and we get in Mia's bed for an hour and a half. Make this guy wait by the boat.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Ghaleon says, then let us not waste another moment. To Burg.
In harmony, Ghaleon says,
then let us depart post-haste. I am counting on you, Alex of Burg.
On Sega CD, you know how that's a giant boat that we're about to sail on?
Yeah.
On Sega CD, it's a tiny sailboat for 2 to 3 people, and it's very funny to imagine Ghaleon with Alex crossing the Atlantic Ocean in this fucking thing.
Yeah, just all huddled up together. Yeah, it's great. Now we are out here on the Tumultuous Seas, where Tumultuous Seas plays. We are standing here on the deck of poop.
It's the poop deck.
It's poop deck.
It's the poop deck.
Yeah. Ghaleon says, so tell me, what drives you to become the Dragonmaster? What leads you to attempt what so many others before you have tried and failed to achieve?
Alex says, well, and Luna hits Ghaleon with some smiling dots. Alex then follows up with the most generic hero shit of all time.
Alex is the most generic hero shit of all time.
Yeah, the most generic hero shit of all time. Yeah, it's...
I want to protect the people of our world and the people I care about.
Damn. Ghaleon oversells this weak-ass reply.
How very noble of you. But the Dragonmaster's power is meant for more than mere protection. And the magnitude of his responsibility to wield the power is immeasurable. May I ask another question of you?
Alex steps up and meets Ghaleon face to face. He replies, "Of course, sir."
If you had to choose between the survival of the one you cared about the most or the lives of everyone in our world, which would it be? One or many? Love or duty?
Yo, he hit Alex with the trolley problem, Chris.
The trolley scenario. It's not the trolley problem
Scenario.
in the JRPG, it's the trolley scenario.
Alex wonders how anyone can make that choice, which is the correct response when someone asks you a variation of this stupid fucking question.
Yeah, and this is kind of a decision or a thematic thing that's been like hinted at in this game. Like I remember a lot
sacrifice human, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the Burg NPCs at the beginning of the game had some things to say that were similar to this, that were kind of foreshadowing the moments of this game. Ghaleon replies, "A Dragonmaster is forced to make such choices every day of his existence. But we're getting considerably ahead of ourselves, aren't we? You're not a Dragonmaster yet. Not even close. Think about my question during your travels, boy. The closer you are to becoming a Dragonmaster, the more important it is to answer."
Ghaleon turns his back on Alex and walks to the front of the boat, but then he turns around, walks back toward us, and he's not done. He continues.
"By the way, Luna, so renowned is your singing voice that the word of your abilities spread all the way to Vane. When we reach Burg, I would desire nothing more than to hear you."
Luna the Humble replies, "I don't think my voice is that special, but I'd be honored to sing for you, Master Ghaleon." Ghaleon steps away, but he turns back around a second time and replies,
"I look forward to it, Luna. And there's no need to be modest about your talent. You have a gift. You should share it with the world."
Null points out that Saith is on the edge of this Horizon Zero Dawn. The gang move over to look over the railing, and Null says it's good to be back home. Fade to black, there will be no ship exploration here.
I was so happy.
What, we have to explore a ship again?
Yes.
We can move on with the plot?
Yes. No. It was Saith.
Yeah, we're in Saith. Music Burg plays. Of course you can just leave Saith, but we have motherfucking Ghaleon in our party.
Yeah, we do.
We need to go parade this motherfucker in front of every NPC.
He changes the dynamic. Also, I'm glad you can't go back to Merbia'n. I didn't try, but I'm assuming you can't go back to Merbia'n with Ghaleon in your party.
I didn't try either, but no, I don't think they'll let you do that.
Yeah.
So Ghaleon gets off that boat and immediately insults this backwoods town.
Shithole?
Yeah.
"Well, what a quaint little hovel this is. You look tired, boy. But as they say, no rest for the wicked." What does that even mean?
If you're evil, you always have to have a job.
"Take me to the cave."
I don't fake net. What's that mean?
Initializing fake net.
Originating as a biblical quote, "No rest for the wicked" is a proverb that means evildoers will face eternal punishment, popularly extended to mean that one's work never ceases. Somehow, Eric was exact right.
"Take me to the cave of the White Dragon. I am anxious to catch up with him."
Well, I'm glad that Fake Net told us what no rest for the wicked means, because in Harmony it's replaced with evil never sleeps, which is something I've never heard anyone say. Like, no rest for the wicked, I've heard that all the goddamn time.
I think evil does sleep. Don't we talk about like sleeping evils? Like
Yeah.
Sauron is fucking sleeping in the fucking mountain or something?
Yeah, but his eyes always open.
Yeah, he can sleep with his eyes open.
That's true. Just like Major Pain.
Yeah.
Ghaleon gets in our party line, Victory Music.
Yes.
Did you immediately check his stats?
No, not till later. I do have them though.
He has 440 hit points and 500 magic points. Magic, Inferno, Nitro Dagger, Tornado, and Rock and Roll. Fire, Ice, Wind, and Earth all represented.
Yes.
Master of Elements, Chris.
I did use these spells later, and I have sound effects for them.
They're wonderful. Did you try and take his equipment from him?
I did, and I
I
can't.
did too. It doesn't let you.
Okay, we enter the boathouse. The captain's like, "Yeah, we'll be here." Okay. Then the guy at the desk said...
I'm sorry. He says, yeah, har.
Sorry. He doesn't say anything of consequence. The boat dock master man says that the business is booming again. And then he recognizes Ghaleon as one of the 4 heroes and welcomes him to Saith, sir. I can't believe we had Ghaleon himself in our humble harbor.
This is kind of the default reaction from us. It's like, hey, Alex, what the fuck?
Yeah, a lot of people are just like, oh, cool, Ghaleon, wow. It's fucking crazy. The other guy in here says, hey, I was looking for you kids. Thanks to you, I closed the deal and made a fortune. Here's a little something as thanks for your heroism. And he gives us 1,000 silver pieces.
What the hell is he talking about?
This was the guy whose business was being delayed because of the saline slimer.
Oh, that's right. Okay, very good.
And he needed the ports to open up.
1,000S, that's fucking garbage, dude.
Yeah. He says that if we need his help again, he'll make it even more worth our while. And then he says that he heard that we're trying to become a Dragonmaster. Don't worry about it, kid. You'll pull it off. I have a sense for these things.
Yeah, I'll decide what I pull off.
Yes. Who's next?
The dock sailor outside.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so relieved that we were able to sail Ghaleon to Saith without any trouble. I spent the entire voyage waiting for the vile tribe to strike. Null replies it wouldn't matter if they had. Ghaleon would have wiped them out with his magic. He continues, if anything happened to Ghaleon on that trip, we would have taken the blame. I can't imagine living the rest of my life as the man responsible for letting one of the 4 heroes die. Chris, I think Alex will also be responsible for that at some point. Green-haired little kid?
That is true. Green-haired little kid. Look, I can use magic. And then the white flash occurs.
Yeah.
Nell asks what spell was that, and he says he grew 1 more hair on his head. Great, huh? Nell reminds the kid that there's a guy near Althena's statue that he might want to talk to, kid.
Yeah, it's the guy that wants the spell
There's
to regrow.
There's a lot of like baldy jokes in this game.
Victor, hater of the balds. Pink-haired girl, oh Alex, you look so hot, I could just melt. Get any stronger and I won't be able to restrain myself.
Yeah.
Null tells this girl Alex has help. She replies, you're cute, but I'm not a cat person. Alex is the only one who melts my butter.
Melts my butter, eh?
Working Designs is me, pretty much, because I wrote or edited every single game we did.
Just reminding people.
Yeah. Null replies, I just want to be loved. Is that so wrong? Does that ring any bells, Chris?
Just want to be loved. No.
Harvey Fierstein first said that in a movie, and then John Lovitz parodied it on SNL, and it became a meme in the 90s. Take a listen.
I just want to be loved. Is that so wrong?
Is that a scrotal or is
it's a scrotal. That's an explicit Lovitz reference, man.
Check this out.
29.
I already have my dress picked out, love bug. Just pick a time and a place. Growl.
Growl.
Bald guy by the statue says, I bet you've seen things over there you never imagined. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Guy in front of the bar. Brett went to Merbia'n on the same ship as you, but he's back and up to his old tricks. He's been crooked for so long, he doesn't know the meaning of the word straight. Luna laments, what a shame. I thought he might change his ways after we humiliated him. He continues, Brett will be a gambler until the day he dies. In fact, he's taking bets that he'll live to be 100. Shit. Pink-haired old man on the right side of town. The guy with the cane, got the cotton candy hair. After he said this line, I turned the game off for the day.
Well, spank my bottom and call me pink.
That broke me. After that, I was like, okay, fucking, I'm out. I can't.
Yeah, there's been a couple of those in this part of the game.
He continues, you are the legendary Ghaleon. What brings you to our freaking town? Ghaleon does not reply. The freaking town thing's pretty funny.
Yeah, like when somebody says freaking or like man or cool man or something like that, like those things work really well.
Yeah.
But, you know.
What brings you to our freaking town?
Dude. Man, dude.
Girl with green dress, blue hair, beret, upper side. Hey, sweet thing, how about I show you a real good time in our town? Null replies, this is Master Ghaleon, babe. I don't think you're his type. Nevertheless, she replies, you're Ghaleon? I think I'm going to faint. No, I know I'm going to faint. Can I get your autograph? I don't understand why you won't sign my cleavage, Master Ghaleon.
Is that a scrotal? Signing
cleavage?
I think they can sneak that one in there, I guess.
That's fine, I think. I mean, signing cleavage isn't that egregious. It was a thing at that point.
Yeah. Have we talked the green-haired man in the middle of town?
No, go ahead. That's next.
He says, what? Is that Master Ghaleon of the Magic Guild? What that snotty apprentice said the other day was true then. Amazing. Master Ghaleon is headed for Burg. That's where Dine's monument is. Ghaleon's come all this way just to visit a grave?
He said grave and not monument, so I'm still not entirely clear what that is.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Strange. Blue hair guy, radical haircut, says, welcome to the port city of Saith. It's good to see you again. Nell's like, you remember us? Of course, you saved our homes and our jobs. How could we forget such selfless heroism? You kids are heroes here in Saith. Please make yourself at home.
The saline slimer.
Houses?
Of course.
Bottom left?
Yeah, let's go in there. It's a gray-haired man by the fireplace.
Yeah, he says, how was Merbia'n? What? You had your diamond stolen. See, I told you, Merbia'n is a bad place filled with worse people.
Damn.
Is this guy that was talking about the immigrants
Crime.
coming into town,
Yep.
the crime? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Luna says, not everyone in Merbia'n is a thief, Grandpa Grumpy, which is pretty
It's pretty
solid.
good. Yeah,
solid.
nice.
He asked us to tell our horror story to his wife so that maybe she won't want to go to Merbia'n.
I didn't, though. I talked to the purple-haired wife, and she said, you went to Merbia'n? Oh, I envy you. The jewelry, the clothes, the food. Where's my travel bag? Go to the bar.
Women be shopping. Me too.
Sailor at the table. What's wrong with you? You kids the fape up. Null tells us he's got to take his hand out of his beer mug. Or head, maybe. Whatever. What'd Brett say?
Null goes up to Brett and says, look, Alex, Brett is back. Brett says that he's been banned from gambling in Merbia'n, and he asked us to lend him some money till he's back on his feet.
I wish it had given us a chance to actually give him money.
That would have been funny to continue his side quest. Null says, dream on, Brett. You should be grateful we haven't ratted you out here in Saith. He says he's not going to attract many gamblers with all you children's hovering around me now, will I? And then we talk to the bartender.
You can.
You kids are welcome here anytime.
Green Roof House, center of town. My wife's willing to give me another chance. I'm so glad our family will stay together. I'm just going to have this beer before our counseling session.
I think he used to be one of the drunk guys in the bar.
Yeah. So he's home, but still quite obviously an alcoholic.
Yes. He's still got the red face, too.
He does?
Mm-hmm.
That's funny. I didn't notice that. Blue-haired kid.
Hey, you're the people who killed the monster. Teach me how to use a sword like you do. Luna says that she remembered when you asked your father that very same question, Alex.
Yeah, I always ask my dad about using swords.
Dad, let me see that gun real quick. How do I wield this gun?
Brown-haired lady, I guess that's his wife.
Yeah, she says she found out her husband was having an affair and tells us that we can't imagine how badly she was hurt. She packed her bags and was about to return to her parents' house in Merbia'n, but, quote, my husband, I could leave. My child, I couldn't. But I stayed. And now I'm trying to repair our relationship for my baby's sake. Luna somehow is reminded, sees this broken family and is reminded to go home and says, we should return to Burg soon and make sure our parents are doing all right.
Is that a little bit too much for a game like Lunar? My husband had an affair, but I'm staying together for the kids, have my bags packed. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, they laid it on there pretty hard. I wish Null would have said, hey, lady, you just take the kid with you. There's no law saying you can't take the kid with you.
The problem, there's another kid upstairs.
There is. She said she prayed to Althena that her mom and dad would come home soon, and they did. Hooray.
I mean, what if she only had enough, boat money for one kid? Do you leave one kid with drunk, alcoholic, affair-having dad?
No, you don't do that.
You gotta take both kids. That's why she has to stay here.
Kill dad.
That's right, you kill dad. Then you get the house.
Where next?
Middle left green house.
Yeah, this lady in here says that the Burg Festival was great. She loved every minute of it. The only disappointment is that the village's best singer wasn't there to perform. I wonder why not, but I hope she's back next year. Null points out that Luna has a fan.
I'm glad the Burg Festival was at least mentioned again.
Yeah.
Dude up top right room, he says, guess what? I'm getting married next spring. When I was at the Goddess Festival in Burg, I fell in love with the singer at first sight. Null wonders who it was, and he asks Alex if he has any idea. So that's got to be the lady that Alex was helping / having his own affair with,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay, cool.
You talk to him again?
Yeah.
He says, have you kids heard of the sacred ritual that takes place the night before a man is to be wed? It's called a bachelor party.
Luna thinks that sounds interesting. She wonders if any magic is involved. He replies, nah, just greasy livestock.
You want to unpack that one for me?
I mean, surely it's not they're fucking the cow. What? The livestock, fat women?
A horse show?
A horse show?
Yeah.
Why would that be a bachelor party?
A horse show.
Like in Clerks 2?
Yeah.
Jacking off a horse. That's what people do at bachelor parties.
I guess.
FigNet, what is greasy livestock in this exact context, please?
Initializing FakeNet.
Greasy pig disease is a bacterial skin infection that can affect pigs of all ages. It's also known as greasy skin, exudative epidermitis, and marmite disease.
Wow.
What's very funny...
That research could have landed this FakeNet the job.
Yeah. Stephen Hawking may be the new FakeNet. What's very funny to me is all that shit was just told to us, and Ghaleon had to listen to it.
That is true. Ghaleon is
yes.
what is with these fucking people? I'm surprised that Ghaleon is not calling these people hicks yet.
Can you give me a greasy livestock in the Ghaleon voice?
What is this greasy livestock?
Hell yeah.
Livestock.
Old man with staff upstairs wonder why Ghaleon is with us and concludes he's going to Dine's monument. It's all before I go into that middle. There are so many houses in Saith.
There are a lot of houses. I think there's more houses in Saith than there are in Merbia'n.
Yeah. No, I agree. Middle right house, old man, green robe, hands behind his back. He says, "Thief bear the thenther won't thooth at all."
Oh, the dentures guy.
Chris, can you tell what he's saying?
Something about his dentures,
These
right?
spare dentures don't fit too well.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Old lady fireplace. Oh my goodness, Master Ghaleon, I would have cleaned up if I'd known you were coming. It's just out to prepare dinner. Would you like to join us? And he actually replies.
I know, this was great. Certainly no. Rather, no thank you, madam. I must adhere to a rather strict diet, unfortunately. What is his strict diet? No vitamin D?
Beads.
He eats beads?
I think so.
I feel like Ghaleon just only eats the most boring salads.
Just like kale, no dressing.
Yeah.
2 leaves of spinach.
Yeah.
1/2 crouton.
Also, I think he has an autoimmune deficiency.
Oh, for sure.
That he stops
the
with
complexion,
magic.
or he's been eating colloidal silver, whatever the fuck.
Yes, sure, why not? Yeah.
This scenario reminds me of the Tom Green Show episode at the height of impeachment mania, and also Tom Green mania, where Tom Green brought Monica Lewinsky home to meet his parents.
Like the real one?
Yeah. Like when she wasn't doing press or anything, she went on the fucking Tom Green Show.
Okay, good for her, I guess.
Top right house.
Beastman wielding spear in his kitchen says, "You went to Merbia'n, humans, and you visited Hellmel. Isn't he a handsome devil?"
Ooh.
Luna says, "Yeah, he is."
The other one says he wants to tell us Hellmel stories. Luna convinces him to wait for those stories, and we'll tell him the next time we're in Saith.
Will we?
I don't know. I don't think so. House on the right of that house. How about that one?
My son has started asking me to travel to Merbia'n again, but he's still not old enough yet. I don't know what kind of job I could get over there. Luna says, hey, you can talk with our boy Ramus. He owns a little shop there.
What's Null say?
As long as you don't mind wearing bikinis and bunny ears, you're good as hired.
Hell yeah.
This lady, wearing a beret, says that she prefers berets to bunny ears, actually.
So do I.
Same.
Kid upstairs. I'm old enough to go to Merbia'n, but mom won't take me because she hates me. Null replies, hey kid, was that your sheet hanging outside with the yellow blossom on it?
Yellow blossom?
Yeah, he was like, yellow blossom? Do you mean urine inside the bed?
Your Ghaleon voice is pretty good, actually.
I base it off of yours.
Oh, okay.
The kid says it's not his fault. He spilled lemonade on it. When a child pisses the bed, do they ever try to pass it off as something else? I assume you've dealt with bed piss before.
I've dealt...
Or are they like, I fucked up?
My kids haven't pissed the bed in
3 weeks.
Years.
Oh, okay.
I don't think... I'm not sure if my kids ever pissed the bed after they stopped wearing diapers.
They weren't even online then, so you can't really...
I don't think so.
Fascinating.
The only disgusting thing my kid does in bed is he just wipes his nose.
I don't have to know this.
He wipes and he puts his tissue on his bed and he just leaves it there.
Oh, fucking my wife does that.
Okay.
That's fine.
Well, they can relate. I mean, I do that too if I'm sick or something, but I pick it up the next morning. He just leaves it there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, of course. Right. Yeah. No.
Okay.
Just take off a sock, then throw that behind the bed.
Where'd you go next, Eric?
The top left house, Chris. The fucking one house left.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Green-haired lady says you went beyond Merbia'n to Vane. You may be children, but you're certainly not immature.
Oh, I'm glad we had this conversation.
Yeah. A unique older lady NPC with blue hair and a cane. Master Ghaleon, one of the 4 heroes, he has come to pay homage to his fallen brother in arms. I wonder why he's taken so long for him to make this journey. So that means Ghaleon's never gone back to the Dying Grave? That's the implication there?
Yeah, I think he's carrying some maybe guilt or he's still grieving.
Yeah. Or he's angry. I knew you kids were out of the ordinary, but I never imagined you knew Ghaleon. And that's all I had before I left Saith.
Oh, me too. I went out to the world map for some fun traveling. Where'd you head to?
Where did you head to?
I head to the Old Hag's forest.
That's where I went as well. Music Dragon Cave plays.
Oh, yeah, we're not there, but we're there.
Hold on. I fucking opened a chest and just got into the battle because it was a trap chest because I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you do that or did you avoid the chest?
I avoided the chest,
okay.
I think. I went and fought some bad guys with Ghaleon, noticing he's level 99, has 440 hit points and 500 MP, and I casted the spell Inferno.
Yeah.
You know what's bad about Ghaleon's battle cry?
No.
He just goes...
Oh, man.
I was expecting something cool, and I got nothing cool. Inferno is a crazy spell. that hails fire and brimstone down onto the enemies and burns them all to pieces as a giant sun explodes in the background. Next, I got into another battle and I used the spell Nitro Dagger, a cold air attack, which shoots nitro ice daggers at all the enemies. Nitro Dagger.
Hell yeah.
Next,
I do really like the overpowered temporary party member trope.
It is cool. Like this is the second time it's happened.
Yeah.
But
Galleon's even better than Lake was.
Oh, he is better. Unfortunately, the game doesn't necessarily force you. Well, I guess you have to go through the Dragon Cave. So you do have to.
You have to go to the Dragon Cave. You have to go to the Weird Woods too.
Yeah, you're right. You do have to use them, but you don't have to like face anything that would be unbeatable by Alex and Luna on their own.
Yeah, it would just kill Alex. Like the balance of power would be messed up.
Next, I casted Tornado, which is a tornado. And finally, I casted Rock and Roll, the earthquake attack, which sends rolling boulders across the screen, crushing the enemies beneath them.
Does a tornado wind damage them or blow them off the screen?
It sucks them into the middle of the screen and then pounds them on the ground.
On Psychic CD, the wind spell blows them off the screen and you just win the battle.
Auto win?
Yeah,
cool.
Auto win battle. So we get to her hut and music Traffic plays.
Mm-hmm.
Head on the steps and speak to her, and what does she say?
We speak with the hag, and Luna says, we met your sister on Black Rose Street. She said you should come and live with her. The hag says, I haven't heard from my sister in 120 years, and now she wants to be friends. Bah, witch. You children are kind. Come visit me all the time, especially with all the nasty things people say about me. Why don't you take this? You got Ice Mace. I took the water cane you gave me and combined it with the tail of a wasp and essence of an ant, but the power of the cane can only be harnessed by a priest. Luna says, do we know any priest? Wait, what about Jessica? Null says, she's right, Alex. Let's take this to Jessica.
So we got a cane for Jessica is the moral of the story.
Yes.
Chris did the homework. He got the secret cane. He's done the side quest that I skipped.
Yes, I love the Ice Mace. It's a cool weapon.
Is it?
You can use the Ice Mace as an item and cast an ice spell using it, which is kind of cool.
That's neat.
Yeah.
And also, I think the Red Dragon Cave is coming up, so the Ice Mace will be like a contextually appropriate weapon to help you deal with the enemies there with Jessica, right?
Maybe so.
It's possible. Is that all that happened there for you?
Yeah.
Wow. So since I didn't do that, I got completely different dialogue.
Yeah, when I speak with her again, before I leave, she just asks if the ice cane is helping us out.
She's working it out. Well, I talked to her and she says, get away from me, dark wizard. You come late and offer me nothing. Null thinks it's like the pot calling the kettle black, and she says, the nerve. Ghaleon, you can stir my cauldron anytime.
Wow. Okay, so I saw that referenced in the guide by old Victor, but I was like, I didn't get that. And I was like, what's going on? So my analysis leads me to believe that Victor does not know about the Ice Mace.
Yeah, no way.
Checkmate, Victor.
Yep, got him. Fucking got his ass. Okay, Weird Woods. Missed plays, and I got to take Ghaleon through the Weird Woods. Kind of annoying, but a decent way to showcase Ghaleon's power if you didn't need to go check out what the Old Hag said. And that's all before I got to Burg.
I take it back. He does know about the Ice Mace. Sorry.
Yeah, he wrote the dialogue. Why wouldn't he?
Well, he didn't reference it in his guide. Going back to Burg now?
I don't think you have to go back to Burg, right? You can just go right to the White Dragon Cave.
I think you're right.
So this is all technically optional, but of course there's nothing optional in retro-made Amnesia.
Never.
Music Burg plays. NPCs. Green hair, yellow vest got by the entrance. Master Ghaleon, man, what a trip to see you here. This is awesome. Totally awesome. So how long have you been one of Ghaleon's disciples, Alex? Null clarifies the situation, Chris. He's not a disciple. He's not serving Ghaleon. He's just helping him out. The dude calls us crazy for not serving someone of Ghaleon's power level. Green hair glasses, the Ramus insulter.
He says, Alex, isn't Ramus with you? That kid's been missing since he left the village with you. I knew something like this would happen to that knucklehead. Luna says, what's up? Ramus is in Merbia'n and he owns a store. He's working very hard, thank you very much. Says, don't joke with me. That lazy kid couldn't tie his own shoes, let alone run a business.
What a hater, man.
Hater. Hater-ass hater.
Next, we have the blue-haired singer girl, the one Alex was helping, the one I think performed in Luna's absence at the Burg Festival.
Mm-hmm.
Alex, you came back. I'm so happy to see you again, but Luna is the girl for you, Alex, not me. Don't let her get away. Oh no, I'll be fine. I've already found someone in Saith. We'll be married by next spring. Wish us a happy marriage.
Oh, that one guy.
Again, this is, I think, where I first started putting together there's going to be NPC continuity for almost all of these people. Blue-haired kid, the one who wanted to hear Luna sing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, it's Master Ghaleon. What a cool robe. When I grow up, I'm going to be a magician as cool as Ghaleon. Ghaleon's got a reply.
What an annoyingly effusive little boy.
Did you read Ghaleon as an asshole before this?
No.
Or is he like slowly becoming more asshole as a build up to something else?
He is becoming as one, as gods.
Become his asshole?
Yes.
Who should talk to next?
I talked to the guy that was standing in front of the spring.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Alex, you're looking hale and hearty? Hale?
Hail.
Hail.
Hale.
Hail.
Who's this friend of yours? Null says, don't be shocked. This is Master Ghaleon. Wow! How can I not be shocked? The little punk I've known since he was born is hanging out with one of the faux heroes. Alex, has your adventure been everything you've imagined?
What is hail? Is hail an adjective? What the fuck does that mean?
Hardy and Hale. Fake net. What does hardy and Hale mean? Or just Hale? Or hardy and Hale combined? Who knows? Context.
Initializing fake net.
Of person, especially an elder one, strong and healthy.
Wow. Is that everybody?
No, there's a blonde-haired lady with the blue dress by the Althena statue. She says, it's too bad you had to miss the festival, you two. Alex, it wasn't the same without your beautiful music accompanying Luna. You'll perform at the next festival, won't you? Luna tells Alex we'll have to practice as soon as we return from our adventure. There's also a brown-haired lady with a purple dress by the Althena statue. She says, I'm glad you guys are back. I miss your friendly banter. Luna says we gotta leave again soon, but she always figured this village was too small for us kids.
Yep.
Hey, on Sega CD, you want to hear about some dialogue?
Nope.
Okay, we'll skip it then.
No, go ahead.
This guy in blue asks, are you Noah's son? How's Ramus doing? Ramus left quite unexpectedly with a person called Fulari. He was mumbling about a mission. I love when somebody asks me how someone's doing, then tells me they're missing. I Googled Fulari and then Sega CD and found the Sega CD mistranslation page on lunarnet.com. There is a note on this instance. The word Fulari is an adverb, not a name. It should have read something like, the brat ran out of the village all of a sudden for some place. But Working Designs didn't fucking know that and thought it was a guy named Fulari.
Oh, good. Cool.
So thank you to LunarNet for explaining that shit.
Shout out.
Let's go in some buildings in Burg now that we talked to all the NPCs in Burg.
Building Burg. Burger build.
Burger buildings.
Okay, which one first?
I took Ghaleon home to meet my parents.
Oh, you did?
I think it's cool you can take Ghaleon to your bedroom and show him all your cool toys.
Yeah.
When I was 13, I wanted to show Weird Al my Transformers, and now at 41, I also still kind of want to show Weird Al my Transformers.
I think he would love to see your Transformers.
I think so too. We could talk about them. Chris, tell me what Dad says.
Alex, no, what are you doing back in the village so soon? What? You're guiding Master Ghaleon across our island? Oh my, Master Ghaleon, please forgive my ignorance. I did not recognize you. This is such a great honor. Please have mercy on my son and shower him with the benefit of your wisdom. Ghaleon replies, your son is already wise beyond his years. He reminds me so much of Dine. It's frightening, really.
Dad continues, you've become a man, Alex. No doubt about it. I've never been more proud of you. Do you think Dine ever talked about Alex's dad or his past life adventures? Does Ghaleon even know about that shit?
I was wondering the same thing. I think what happened was that Alex's dad was Dine's Ramus.
Oh, and left before the shit.
He started off on the adventure and then came back, yeah.
That dynamic is very funny. On Sega CD, Alex's dad tells him Luna's at the spring, because remember, on Sega CD, Luna didn't get on that boat.
Right.
This is where you reunite. And she always has a distant look in her eye. He also can't believe his son is home so soon from his adventure, and he feels disgraced for talking up that adventure to the town. Like, he can't believe Alex is back so soon and that he failed.
Mom says, oh my goodness, is that Master Ghaleon with you, Alex? I can't believe it. Ghaleon, it is an honor to meet one of the faux heroes. Alex, you should have given me some sort of warning. My hair's a mess. Were you okay on your trip? Did you catch a cold? Did you get a tummy ache? You feel warm? Luna says something that I did not capture.
Luna assures her that we're all fine. On Sega CD, all she says is Alex's father complains and yells, but it's just because he loves Alex so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ramus's house?
Let's go in. What's Dad say?
Hey, Alex. It's good to see you again. Suppose my lazy son's right behind you. What? He started a business in Merbia'n? I didn't know he had any talent. Oh well, he'll give up soon enough and come back crying. Count on it. My son is meant to lead this village someday, not sell trinkets to people with no brains and too much money. You're saying your son has no talent and that he's meant to lead this village, which you are implying that leading this village requires no talent. Thus, Ramus's dad is a no-talent asshat and not Ramus himself.
I think that's the correct read.
Okay.
But can you just imagine, like, Ramus is a pretty optimistic kid, and whenever he leaves his house, the first boss he fights is his dad, and the second boss he fights is that fucking guy who's always outside.
Yeah, the guy who's always bullying him.
Yeah,
yes.
Every single day, he just takes this shit.
That's why he's ready to fucking move on, man.
Yeah,
and
no kidding.
And he's equipped to do so. That's why he could take on Dross so effectively.
He was planning his route. Like, he couldn't kill his father or his father's friend who hangs out in front of his house and drinks all day. On Psychic CD, he adds, the dumb kid, he's always in some sort of trouble. When's he ever going to straighten up? I'm at my wit's end with that boy. Nanny Granny.
Nanny Granny Mommy says, I'm so worried. Ramus could be hungry and homeless in the streets of Meribia right now. But Luna says you don't need to worry. Ramus is fine. And he's running his own business in Meribia. She says, to think that Ramus is the owner of such a large and successful store, I'm so proud of him.
I just hope he's smart enough not to get bamboozled by all those bad people.
I inspected Ramus's dresser. And Null suggests that we should maybe take his stuff to Ramus next time we go to Meribia. Or do you think he's found more grown-up toys to play with there?
How many of Ramus's underwears do you think have remnants of skid marks? What percentage?
I think it's 0% because people here have like really good diets. Their poops are nice and dry and solid.
So
and their buttholes are evolved.
Evolved?
Yes. Like a dog's butthole. Like they don't get skid marks because their butthole's just out there.
Yeah, fucking yours doesn't. A lot of dogs have some poopy problems that you have to wipe them.
Yeah, you're right.
Evolved butthole is something I'll have to contemplate.
I'm just...
Ever since Chris got the bidet and squatty potty and your total elimination lifestyle has changed your perspective on the evolution of buttholes.
It really has. It really has. I had to take a poop somewhere else the other day, and it
wasn't the same, was it? You've ruined all other shitting for yourself.
Yes.
Shitting used to be a neutral experience. You didn't get everywhere, but now you've got thrown.
Yeah. Can't wait to get back in there.
Every day's a party.
Bottom right house.
Blue hair guy.
Yeah, he's like, no, my research is complete. I can now state with absolute authority that you are, in fact, an enormous feathered marshmallow.
Hell yeah, second marshmallow drop.
Yep.
Null tells Alex to get this guy some healing herbs because he's going to need them.
Oh, he's going to beat his ass.
I'm glad that there's a contextual herb drop.
Okay, what's the next one?
Bottom left house, the one with the hick farmer. Alex, good to see you back again. Did you get your fill of the big city? Nobody replies. The blonde lady holding the basket says, Alex, you're back. Did you say hi to my father for me? I wish I could go back. The kid upstairs still casts the Shaka Shaka Boom spell, confirming Chris played too much NBA Jam and wrote it down incorrectly.
Nope, it says Boom Shaka Laka. I'm looking at it right now. I got it again to prove you wrong.
I can't believe this. In mine, he says
Shaka Laka.
Does he say it? Does he say are there multiple lines of spells?
I don't think so.
I'm gonna have to address this discrepancy with the time police.
Boom Shaka Laka.
I believe you. I'm just saying there's got to be a continuity error in life.
What's next?
The weapon shop.
Oh, I didn't go there.
There's a Brett like upstairs. He says, it's been a while since I saw you kids. Where's Ramus? Was he beaten up or thrown in jail? What? He's running a jewelry shop. He says he's running a jewelry ship, but it's a typo.
Oh. In
Meribia. That's like leading lambs to the slaughter. Luna once again speaks up for Ramus. She says he's an honest businessman. He's changed a lot since he left. And he replies, man, are you guys suckers or what? I hope you didn't lend Ramus any money and start his business.
We didn't. We only lent him a pile of dragon shit.
That's right. Well, Chris, we have to go to a spring for something that I missed in the PS1 version of the game. We also have to go to Dine's Monument and goddammit that White Dragon Cave. But that's all probably most likely coming in the next episode
of Retrograde Amnesia. Is the NPC stuff gonna slow down soon?
Soonish.
Soonish?
Yeah.
Like how soon? How many more major things have to happen? Just one?
Just one.
One major thing has to happen.
One and then another major. Yeah, pretty much. We're going to start rolling on here pretty good.
I'm ready for this plot to move.
Yeah. Well, wait a little bit longer.
Okay, thanks, buddy. Also, buddies are real nets.
That's good.
Initializing real net.
Also, buddies are real nets. Beautiful transition from the master of transitions.
Thank you.
Ghaleon himself couldn't cast a spell that powerful.
No, he could not. Wumbo says, why does Victor have to both sides everything? Helmel says Victor is a centrist. He believes in nothing but scrotal. Helmel says, where the two ideological positions are translation is localization, and localization actually predicted the multiverse. Those are the two sides of Victor.
Yeah, it's a duality of Vic. How can one entity simultaneously hold both beliefs?
Hellmel says Victor was Tyr McDowell's Galleon. I don't think that works. It might work, but it's not registering.
That doesn't work for me. I understand, but Victor was a true soul.
Yes, a true soul indeed. John Doe says we need a breakdown of all of Alex's dialogue and find out how many of his lines are dots or Luna.
It's so many dots. It's another one of those things where I wonder how much personality he had in the Japanese version of Complete. Because it's either like giggling with Null at a lewd joke or generic hero lines. Like, I kind of wonder where they said the Working Designs localization added a lot of flavor to an otherwise flavorless game. Like, if the whole original game had the tone of Alex's generic hero dialogue. But then again, like, the portraits for Kyle and Jessica, those are animated. So I don't know if it was quite as bland as I'm led to believe.
Yeah. John Doe says, I really hope that we find out that Nash's parents also hate him.
That would explain a lot, wouldn't it?
WP says Nash's parents were Johnny Bravo and Zenobia. That would work.
Wow.
It's pretty good.
Is the hair.
Wumbo says, can Alex dream at all?
Is he capable of having dreams? That's pretty funny.
Varsoon says, I hear some people are beyond good and evil. It's true.
Like Jade.
John Doe says, I don't think it's possible to say post-haste unironically without being an asshole.
I never hear like a real human say that.
Yeah. It's fallen out of favor in the modern parlance. John Doe says SNL references are instant scrotals.
Won't be the last one. We got an Ackroyd coming up.
Really? Kal-El says Chris Kohler had a Miyamoto sign his PSP running an emulated copy of Super Mario 1. Is that true?
I don't know. Chris seems to have more tact than that.
John Doe says also Clerks 2 had a donkey show. Yeah, donkey.
It was donkey. It wasn't horse. That's right.
Kal-El says my brother had a booger wall next to the bed when he was a kid.
Fuck, man. I hate booger walls. I fucking hate booger walls.
You know the story about the
I don't want to talk about the blood fucking...
Okay, the blood guy.
Anything involving, like, walls of accumulated human filth, I'm out on. Like, fucking no way.
It's bad.
Talk about anything else. I blame Ren and Stimpy, honestly. The fucking nose goblin underneath the chair, the fucking collection.
John Doe says total elimination lifestyle is cracking me up. It is. It's a total elimination lifestyle. Everything is eliminated.
Did you, we were at a Thanksgiving thing, and one of our friends is pitching the whole table of people on a squatty potty system.
Yeah.
Not even a bidet, just this, or maybe it was both, right?
It was both, really, but we were mainly on squatty potty at first.
And Chris is like looking up squatty potties, and he just he asks the person giving the pitch, like, what is it? Will this give me total elimination?
Yes, that's what it said in the copy.
Yeah, that was the marketing copy.
Complete elimination.
Complete elimination.
Yes.
Which is
more
like
complete eliminations, I think is what it said.
A wonderful way to say you're only going to shit once and it's going to be great. There will not be a return trip in this session. And to phrase that is it complete or total? I already forgot again.
Yes.
Total elimination is like just empty it all.
Yes, just get it all out of there. Wow. What an episode of podcasting tonight. Thanks, Real Net, for joining us tonight. We'll see you on the next episode of Retrograde Amnesia, where the plot will proceed. I promise. I promise. Boy. This episode is a production of Retrograde Amnesia, recorded on February 13th, 2015. Nope, 2025. Thank you. Thank you, Mark, for the intro music.
You're welcome, Chris.
Thank you, Steph, for the podcast artwork.
Thank you to Nintendo Complete for the Sega CD footage and the remnants of Super Hero Gaming for that PSP stuff.
Email the podcast at retrogradeamnesia.com. Find us on Bluesky and or Twitter at retrogradeamnesia. You like this podcast? Well, you can support it at patreon.com/retroam. We're like 480 patrons now, so you can get us to 500 and I'll give you nothing except for more of these podcasts. Ad-free, early access, bonus episodes, mini-series, live streams, and more. Thank you, everybody. Until next time, Eric.
Yes, we will kill God.
And now you may go back to sleep. It's 10 years ago, man.
2015, yeah.
So that email I was responding to, they can't find anybody to coach soccer at school.
Chris, don't be a soccer coach. Don't be a soccer coach.
I already told them no.
Okay, good.
But now they're emailing everybody and saying, we're going to cancel the fucking season.
Hey, man,
because
it's
we
not
can't
on you.
find anybody to coach.
It's fucking not
but
on
I want
you,
my
dude.
kid to be able to play. Only one of them's playing, too. I want my kid to be able to play soccer.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
But also, I have other obligations that I have to attend to during the week. And like track meets and shit. And so I'm like, hey, guy. So I said, give me 24 hours. I'm probably going to tell him I can do it if we can practice at like 4.
Every day?
No.
Oh, how often is soccer practice?
Like twice a week.
Oh.
I don't know fucking
Hey,
shit
do you know the fucking rules of soccer?
No.
Yeah, neither do I.
I do want to. I wouldn't mind coaching basketball because I know how basketball works and I know things about basketball, and I think that would be fun. But I don't know anything about soccer.
I would love to go watch you coach a soccer game. I just want to see how that would go.
If it happens, then I'll give you the schedule.
They shouldn't have put that evil on you. They shouldn't have put you in an.
It's just like I can't just let it go. Like because all these other fucking parents are ignoring the email. That's what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. And you could have been like them, Chris.
Well, one of the people already reached out to me like via text and was like, "Hey, would you do this?" And I was like, I can't right now.
No, tell them you're a high-powered attorney and you have other obligations to defend the criminals or to put them in jail, whichever one they agree with, and that there's too many criminals out there that you need to defend or put in jail.
I think they already know that I'm not an attorney.
Tell them you changed jobs.
And I think I don't know.
Well, hey man, I'm sorry about your mental health crisis right now, but mine is it's 8:31.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
If he knew I was
I won't let you.
Shit, I keep hitting the wrong button. Anybody else?
Not until I got to the dock. Did you go? Yeah, I guess we already. All the NPCs in Merbia'n were the same, or were they
I talked to some guards, and there's one where Luna mentions that she had a bad dream, but it's not worth it. You say someone is kidnapping the best singers in our world. I said that one. Not necessarily. Well, yeah, but it's
This cowboy shit! You fucking ho dunk, po dunk, well then there, motherfuckers!
You try and get in Jessica's bed?
just about.
Hell yeah.
I guess I don't know. I don't know why I didn't talk to him. Okay.
Speaking of being too young to become a lush, there was a minor controversy today at a local elementary school where some kids ate weed gummies and had to be detoxed.
Yeah, I heard about that.
That's it's not funny, but it is very funny that was somehow newsworthy.
Yes. First guy we talked to is the captain, right? He's right there outside the dock in the boathouse or whatever. He says, "Harg, I'll wait for you here till you take care of your business with the White Dragon, Harg."
Hold on, we missed Ghaleon's dialogue right after we get off. That's my fault.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Can we briefly talk about autographs again?
Oh, yeah.
We can probably cut this. I don't know. But E3 2011, I went to a Activision concert and Deadmau 5 was there.
Deadmau5, yes.
And somehow at some point he met Miyamoto and he got Miyamoto to sign his arm.
Mm-hmm.
Then he got tattooed over the signature.
Yeah, I've heard this story before.
Do you think that depressed Miyamoto? Like Miyamoto saw that happen and was like, oh, fuck.
It's hard for me to picture Miyamoto as being sad
about anything, but like that just seems like a misuse of, I guess Miyamoto shouldn't have signed his arm. I don't know why I'm projecting Miyamoto's feelings.
Why do you think Miyamoto hates Deadmau5?
I don't think he hates Deadmau5. I just think I don't know that he likes wielding the power of God that way.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like, if I signed your arm, you just made it like as a funny thing, and now it's like forever on Deadmau 5's arm.
That's true. But we only know like Miyamoto's public-facing persona. We don't know much about him behind the scenes, do we? As a culture, do we know anything about Miyamoto behind the scenes?
Not really. Just what's been put out there by Nintendo.
Yeah. His image is very curated, I think.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. He says, why did I not speak this? Go ahead. I got to find the fucking dialogue, though. Oh, there it is. Which one's that?
The one with the Beastmans?
Okay, here it is. Yeah, I got it.
I wonder.
Jessica says, no. God damn it.
You want to start that over?
No, I can fix all this. Luna says, no.
If I had this dialogue, I would have taken over a long time ago, but I didn't do this quest.
I know. Luna says, I talked to... Wait, you already did her. I talked to... Fucking shit.
I don't have fucking shit.
Chicken say the same thing. He says, Alex, has your adventure been everything you've imagined? Oh, no, wait. I skipped some stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say that
Sorry.
wasn't. He left quite unexpectedly when a person called Fulari. I want to say it again. He left quite.
Yeah.
I Googled Fulari and Sega CD and found that the Sega CD is a mistranslation. Fuck, man, I'm starting to lose it.
I got to find it. Unless I dreamt this.
Did you take Galleon to the spring?
I did.
Well, nothing happened.
You sure about that?
Not for me. In the PS1 version?
Oh, something happened for me.
Shit, what happened to you, Chris?
I can't believe you missed this shit.
There was a big scene there in Harmony and Sega CD.
Oh, there's a big scene in this one too. Maybe it only triggers after a certain... Because I went there after I went to the monument, so maybe...
Oh, I didn't do that. I went to the monument after this.
Let's do the monument and then go to the spring after that, I guess.
Okay. Do you want to do buildings or...
Yeah. I got to go back. Hold on. Do you want to stop and finish this episode later? It's getting late.
What's our timer on this one?
All right, go ahead.
Talk to Mom.
Hang on. I went there last, I guess. I talked to Dad first.
Next house.
Oh, I talked to Luna's bed. Is it the same? She called
How'd
him
you get in her bed?
Pervert before.
Yeah, dude. Fucking pervert.
But did she call him a pervert?
Yeah. Remember, we had the actual pervert
Okay.
identification.
Then it's the same.
Bottom left house.
Is this null? My research is complete?
No, that's the bottom right house. We can go in that one, though, if you
Okay.
want.
That's it. Sorry.